Yo guys, what is up? It's your boy Senor. Welcome back to another video. In this video, I am going to be interviewing EK, otherwise known as the owner of AOTR. I just want to say I feel really confident in the dev team now after this interview. I asked lots of questions, a bit about how the staff team is run, and a bit about the future of the game. I also did interview a moderator and had an incident with an admin, which I will be going over towards the end of the video, but I know you guys want to see the interview. So yeah, I did ping in my server as well for some questions to ask them. So if you do want to get some questions out there, join my server, link down below. When I ping, just put whatever questions you're in there and we will be asking them. But yeah, quickly, I just want to mention me and AOTR Values are hosting the first ever Attack on Titan Revolution Olympics this weekend. If you want to join, the link is down below to enter. And apart from that, we are going to be streaming it. Make sure to like and subscribe. Without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so the interview began right after the admin crash out, which I will be explaining later. But first off, I thought the most important question to ask EK was, do staff get training on how to handle conflicts fairly? As obviously there are conflicts and the AOTR moderators are a big part of the scene. And he said they do, which is good. You know, that means we can have more trust in the staff. I then afterwards asked, are the AOTR developers team considering being more transparent with the progress in the future, as the general view right now is they are left in the dark? EK said, we are the most transparent dev team I know, progress channel and constant communication and announcements. We are not planning on anything more. And then I sent an image of his moderator disagreeing and saying that the progress channel is barely updated in response to my video of AOTR is on a decline. He said, are you going to take what I say or a moderator? And I just mentioned that I am just saying. He said he controls what goes on regarding communication. How it is now is how it is staying. It's more than plenty. Next question. Then I asked him, is there a system for reviewing moderator actions if players disagree? And how do I appeal if I feel I was punished unfairly? He said tickets. I said, which are fairly handled in your full honest opinion. He said, yes, they are harsh, but fair. And I said, do staff that ban people have a say in the outcome of the appeal? And he said, yes. I was a bit confused by this, as if a person bans you, why would they accept your appeal? And I said, and this is classified as fair. If they banned you originally, surely their opinion wouldn't change during an appeal, no? This is under the assumption that AOTR staff gather conclusive evidence before banning people. He said, it's the way I decided to set it up, so it's fair. And then I responded, correct me if I'm wrong, everything you set is classified as 100% fair and just. He said, it's probably not 100% just all the time because everyone's human. We host a Discord server with 850k members, but it's good as it can be. Which is fair enough, you know, like, it's understandable. Everyone is human. They are managing a humongous community. So what can they do about it? And then I asked him some more questions about the game. Are you going to add another mythic family to the game in future updates? He said potentially, but it's not on the cards as of right now. They are fully concentrated on update 4. I then asked him, are player suggestions seriously considered for update? You know, I think it's a really important question to ask because, like, obviously what the player base wants is probably one of the most important things in the game. So yeah, he said yes, that's not to say there aren't other important voices, which is completely understandable. Obviously player suggestions are a big part, but there are other voices which are obviously important. Are family reworks happening, I asked. If so, which families, if you can say? He said potentially depending on what is identified by the community and the testers. However, it is not scheduled for the immediate future. Full focus on update 4. So we're not going to be getting any family reworks like Shiki or buffs, you know, anything on release of update 4. That doesn't mean we might not get it in the future though. And then I asked him about the new memory slots. Is there going to be new memories available? He said no comment, only time will tell. I feel like that's safe to assume that yes, there are going to be more memories available. Obviously, I could be absolutely wrong, but I believe that, you know what, he might be trying to hint, might be trying to build up a bit of, you know, like hype, because he seems quite PR trained. Then I've heard people complain about tax. I understand you changed it in the past. Is there potential for it to be changed again, potentially lowered? He said there is of course that potential, but the tax is a vital part to the economy. Therefore, it needs to be looked at very closely, but I never say never, which I think is really good because the economy right now is a bit struggling, but it's good. It's good. It means that we might be able to get some changes because a lot of people were complaining about some of the taxes. And then I asked again, can you confirm if Shiki will get a buff or rework? Can't confirm or deny, so we're completely in the dark on that one. Then I asked, do you plan on adding more maps and more quest lines as updates come out? Yes. Now, more quest lines. What could this mean? Potentially ODM guns, like we see Kenny and his crew use against Levi in the show. More maps? Well, that means we're going to get some more iconic parts of the show. I'm assuming some Mali maps. That would be super sick. I think they mentioned that in one of their old road maps, but honestly, that would be amazing. And then I asked him, can you confirm yes or no whether we are getting PvP? He said PvP is a big dream of mine, but for now, no. So at least the idea is on the table. The idea has been considered. PvP could potentially be coming to the game, but obviously it's a very, very hard system and a lot of work. Afterwards, I asked, can we get an honest answer, not a bullshitty, soon on when update is happening, even if it is just a semi-accurate estimate. He said, nothing is 100% locked in. We looked to have it ready last month. That's the biggest hint I can give. However, it is worth the wait. So I think it's safe to assume the update 4 is literally right around the corner. It should be coming soon. I'm very, very excited for it. It should be absolutely amazing. He says it's worth the wait. Assuming that means it's just going to be absolutely amazing. Like, there's got to be some really amazing stuff coming, which they just haven't leaked, maybe for a surprise. And then I said, final 2 questions. I've heard rumors the AOTR devs don't do work. Is this true? Can you confirm or not? And I said, secondly, do you believe that your moderators always have the best interests of the community in every single scenario, touching back at the false ban situation? 1, it is not true. Deving looks easy on the outside until you try it and realize why billion-dollar companies have thousands of people work on a project. 2, I believe so. So yeah, I mean, that was pretty much the summary of the interview. I think we're in pretty good hands. I mean, like, I'm feeling way more confident after this. I feel like EK and the AOTR team are really going to push out a good update 4. It's going to be really beneficial. But yeah, now we are going to move on to how we got into this situation, my interview with another moderator, and the admin crash out. Alright, cool. So how we actually got into this scenario was, I was thinking a good video would be for me to interview a moderator. So I messaged Neuromancy, Nad, Gandhi. They all said no, and then I messaged Rio, and Rio agreed to a community-based question interview. This is very important. Remember the community-based interview. So we continued, we began the interview. I asked him, what's your name and what's your role in AOTR? He said, Rio, moderator. I asked him, all right, one question asked, is there a system for reviewing mod actions if players disagree? How do I pay if I was punished unfairly? He said, ticket server. I asked, do staff get trained on how to handle conflicts and tickets fairly? Yes. Following up on this, I was told by another AOTR mod that you don't unban people even with clear evidence proving them wrong. Is this ever going to change? Rio said if there's clear evidence of someone not doing what they allegedly did, then it's unbanned. So unbans are able to happen. People are going to be getting unbanned. This is really beneficial. It means that if you truly have good evidence that you did nothing wrong, not whatever you're banned for, you can be unbanned, which is perfect. That's all we needed to hear. We needed to hear that, you know what, we are going to be unbanned. Then I asked, are player-based suggestions taken seriously? He said, depends on what's suggested, but some are looked at and acknowledged. And then I asked him a question, and I received a ping in the AOTR CC chat. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to show screenshots of this, as the chat was purged, but also that it's a confidential chat, and I don't want to break any rules. I had an admin, which is going to stay unnamed, ping me saying these bullshitty questions are stupid. Why are you doing this? Stop trying to interview people. I asked, why am I not allowed to interview? He consented to the interview. I made it very clear they were community-based questions, not my questions. What is wrong with this? the admin then started to crash out about the Leah situation, just Leah, another YouTuber who was banned for black marketing, and essentially just went on a ridiculous rant for no reason, had nothing to do. I hadn't even mentioned black marketing. Just got really angry at me for whatever reason. I stayed calm. I just said, look, I'm asking community questions. Rio consented. Can you give me a valid reason why I'm not allowed to interview Rio? And yeah, the admin basically just didn't give me a reason. Then EK came along and boom, we are at the EK interview. But to summarize, we have update 4 coming soon. You can be unbanned, and I feel like the community can have a bit more trust in the AOTR moderators. So yeah, that's pretty much the whole thing. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you watched it all the way through, I really appreciate it. Make sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below if you found this video cool, helpful, you know, you're more interested. Maybe if this video goes well, we can potentially get another interview, maybe a different developer, maybe a moderator. We'll see. Let me know what you guys are interested in, and I will try my hardest to make this happen. Without further ado, peace.